And he gave the mantras and everything, and you do the puja. And after 12 years of doing morning, afternoon, evening, night puja, 12 years, one day after 12 years, it comes to his mind. He says, I dug the mud, I made the statue, I do the puja, I give importance to this piece of mud, I gave it the name. How come it has become more important than the one who's conscious and doing everything? And with this doubt, he comes to Lord Dattatreya. He says, this is my doubt. Oh, fantastic, you have reached this conclusion. He says, yes. So what is more important? He says, this is the climax. If you have come to this point, hold it. What is more important? Is the statue more important, or the one who is the creator of the statue is more important? Who's doing prostrations to the statue, who's singing the glories of the statue, who has given importance to the statue? Who is more important? You are the important or the statue? That was the Parshuram's doubt. The Lord says, no, you are more important. Then, is the God there or is the God here? He says, you are that God. When he listens, again the same. Suddenly the memory clicks. 12 years ago, that fellow also told me, you are that. So he says, he doesn't ask any more question, because if he asks one more question, again 12 years. So he says, okay, Baba, I accept. And I'll try to experience it in my own life. This is our journey through these all Puranic stories. The whole idea is, Baba, accept yourself as you really are. So for this, the first way how the what do you call ignorance expresses in the human being, in the jiva, is as I am the body notion. This I am the body notion has to be removed. To attain pure knowledge requires a meticulous and consistent discrimination on the part of the spiritual seeker. Radhamma, just open the door. आत्मनात्मविवेकेन ज्ञानं भवति निर्मलं गुरुणा बोधितः शिष्यः शब्द ब्रह्माति वर्तते. The absolute pure knowledge is gained by discrimination between the self and not self. A disciple. कौन है? Oh, सोनू. ये चांद खिलाए तारे. कहाँ से आ गया भाई? चलो good. A disciple instructed by a guru alone comes to transcend the words and attain the meaning Brahman. See, how did you come to know that you are Mohan? You decided?
Someone told me.
And you identified with that, what they told you. How did I come to know that I was what my parents gave me the name? And to break that whole program of 33 years, then again a name was given, Brahmachari Deepak Chaitanya. Then I got identified with Brahmachari and Deepak and Chaitanya. And I was trying to live up to that name. Because it meant much more than what the previous name meant. Even previous name was pretty good, not bad. But now, even that conditioning was taken away. Now, Swami Paramanand, Saraswati. So, first it was a parent given name. Second was a intermediate diksha, brahmachari, the one who is a seeker, who is walking the path towards Brahman, therefore brahmachari, and what is his nature? That of light. Chalo, Deepak Brahmachari. Now suddenly Swami Paramananda Saraswati. Swami, I am Paramanand, infinite bliss. Concept cannot be created in mind of infinite bliss. So through stages, the teacher takes you away from your identifications. That's the process, if you subject yourself to it. But who gave you the name? First the parents gave, and you accepted it. If someone says, before I used to react, if someone calls me by my previous name, I say, no, I'm Brahmachari Deepak. Till I was Deepak, it was okay. Then I became Swami. Now how many people I'll say, please don't take that name, please don't call me Brahmachari Deepak. Now I stopped. If someone calls me by my previous name, today only one girl called, who used to come, Darshini, you must be knowing her, Saroja's daughter. I know her for 15 years now. So she said, Swamiji, Deepak ji. I said, I didn't say anything, I just said, then after, when I didn't, I had no reaction. So she says, oh, but I should call you Swami, no? Now you are Swami Paramananda. But I still love that name Deepak. I say, okay, you continue calling me Deepak. How does it affect me? How does it affect me? It's only a name. If you call me Swami Paramananda, you will benefit. Why? Your attention is on that infinite bliss, not my attention. I know who I am. See? When you just say Swami, instead of getting identified with something, that word Swami itself means I am. So every time you say Swami, you are reminded of yourself, not of the other person. It's that word has a vibration, and that is taking you back to yourself. Again, see the power of the word? It's taking you back. And this is what the teacher does to a student. So, Atmanatma Vivekena Jnanam Bhavati Nirmalam. So what is Atmanatma Vivek? Atma Vivek, what is Anatma? See, Atma we cannot talk about. We can talk about Atma, the self, the reality, as that which is infinite, that which is which has got no beginning and end, that which is unborn, that which is most ancient, that which is eternal. But these are all ideas presented to the mind for which there is no conclusion. For the mind can never find a conclusion to all these words. Impossible for the mind to do that. So let's find out what is Anatma. So what is Anatma? Everything other than the Atma is Anatma. So what is Anatma? The body, the gross body, the subtle body, the causal body is Anatma. The sense, Karmendriyas and Jnanendriyas is Anatma. The Antakaran is Anatma. That is Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar is Anatma. On account of that, finitude comes into our life. That is Anatma. That is the consequence of that. Because all these are limited. The body is born in time, dies in time. The breath begins and ends. The thoughts begin and end. The ideas begin and end. The concepts begin and end. So everything that has a beginning and has an end is finite. And tell me your experience. Throughout your life, you have been living a life of finitude, accepting yourself with a birth and every year celebrating your death day. Not birthday, that is someone has hoodwinked you. It is death day because you are dying on that day. You're celebrating, I am one day older. Actually, you are one day closer to death.